Anybody need quickie stats? Everybody? I don't know if I have enough for everybody. I'll do my best. I haven't forgotten about this side of the room. Y'all might have to share. My vault box is safe. Thank you.
Before Coach gets here, just so everybody knows, we'll do players right outside here. And as soon as they'll be ready as soon as Coach finishes up, okay?
Got a few of you here. All right.
Go ahead, Coach, whenever you're ready.
Yeah. Man, I just couldn't be more proud of these guys. First of all, for this game and just how resilient they were within the game. Obviously, we jumped on them pretty quick early, but they had some explosive plays, and I feel that's the one thing that's disappointing is we gave us some explosives, and we didn't have the explosives, but the takeaways and taking care of the football ourselves was huge. But just the fight and the belief. I think there's some teams that hope they can find a way. I think our guys really understand that they get in these spots, they're going to make it happen, and nothing's going to be given to you. You got to earn it. These guys have done that since day one. They've worked for this situational football, fourth downs, whatever it might be. I think a lot of the things that are a part of our identity stuck out tonight, and so I think tonight is just a small piece of what this team is all about when it comes to our full season and even over the last 2 years. Taking the things that we've learned, and it's still not perfect. There's some missed opportunities that we had to stay on the field, some missed opportunities that we had to get off the field. But we take those, and again, that gives you, a lot of understanding that there's a lot more room to be better.
Thanks, Coach. If you have a question, raise your hand. We'll get to you. Let's start with Charlie in the front.
Just not panicked. Try to find a way to get the next first down. It starts with one, and just focus on the next play, and never worrying about the what ifs, the situations. Just focusing on the moment. Get your call in, get your pass protection set, get your check made, whatever it is, and go out there and just execute the best you can. And when it goes well, you stay on the field, and that's what these guys did. So I'm proud of Ty, and just the way he executed. Obviously, the fourth down was a big one.
Let's go to Nick, middle of the room.
Yeah, walk us through the decision to go for touchdown on that fourth down.
I figured it was 29 yards shorter than the last time we needed a touchdown here, so probably percentages were much more in our favor. But no, I feel like there's a confidence you have in the offense, okay, to get the 2 yards. We didn't need to have a touchdown on that play, but we needed the 2 yards. And I think there's also a piece where backed up like that, you got confidence in your defense, and in that situation, you got a chance to score, you got a chance to get a stop, and you also got a chance to maybe get the ball back again. And obviously, all those things, there's some things that don't work for you to be in that spot, and some things that do work for you to be in that spot to where you get 2 chances at it. So, again, just a lot of trust in our guys on both sides of the ball that we can get it done.
We got 2 questions on the far left. Let's go with Katie, then Colin. Go ahead, Katie.
With the win, your team clinched a spot in the SEC championship. Just what does it say about the journey this team's been on this year to get here, and then do you think your team has done enough also to clinch a spot in the playoffs?
Oh yeah, I definitely do. Definitely believe that we've got that type of team. 7-1 in the SEC, and as many ranked teams as we had, and then winning a rivalry game here on the road shows a lot of grit, what this team's all about. But I think it goes back to week 1, and what you can believe from what people tell you, who you are, and it really comes to life. And the character of this team really never wavered. They dug in, and it's been a grind for these guys because they really knew that it was a backs to the wall type of journey it was going to be with the way week 1 went. But we got some guys healthier after week 1, week 2, week 3. Even the guys that were out there playing, they got healthier, and our guys were playing probably their fastest football here over the last third of the season, just physically. And so they stayed the course. They kept playing, and kept getting better. And so again, there's still things we can get better at, and so that's the exciting part.
Colin, go ahead.
Hey, Kalen, just the connection and the trust that you guys had in identity, kind of emerging as a big-time record. What did you see out of him in this one to make him such a big target?
Yeah, I mean, I told Isaiah a long time ago when we got into the SEC games, that this is where the offense, the ball will find him in big moments. And, we have so many guys that we rotate in, 4 or 5 guys that are really a part of the rotation most weeks. And, sometimes it doesn't end up going his way. But tonight, he found opportunities and he took advantage of them.
Let's go to Hunter on the far right.
Yeah, just what did you see from Jam Miller in the run game today?
Yeah, I think it isn't just about tonight. I think we took some steps against Oklahoma. I think there were some things that we did against a very good defense there. A lot of people have struggled to run the football against them, and I thought there were lanes, and I thought there were things that we did that we hit on, and also some things that we didn't quite execute, and we took another step on that tonight. And we needed it. But it's just continued to be a work in progress, and it keeps getting better. And we face really good fronts each and every weekend. There's just dynamic players. There's big players and up front that we got to block and move. And I think our communication's gotten better with the offensive line. I think we've emphasized it obviously more and more, and they I think are starting to really get a belief that they can make it happen. And I can't wait to see what the next step is next weekend.
We got a question from Alex in the middle of the room.
Just with Jam coming off the field, do you have anything on status? And then with Connor Talton making a couple big plays, what do you see from him bouncing back?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. With Jam, I know he's got a lower leg injury, and we'll have to evaluate that here going into probably more information on Monday. And then Connor, I'm just really proud of him, and that he's been kicking really well in practice. I know that what matters is in the games, but that 45-yarder, I think it was right around that, the first one into a little breeze, man, that's a hard kick, especially coming off of what I think most people would probably perceive as some rough outings. And so I'm proud of the way the team supports him. I'm proud of the way that he's responded. He just went back to work. It's a lesson in resiliency for everyone, and it's a lesson in just the brotherhood. No matter what it looks like or feels like inside, it's tight. These guys forgive, forget, and move on, and all they care about is what's best for the team. And that's the competitiveness of Connor. That's the competitiveness of our whole team.
Front row on the right.
Coach, talk about Deontay Lawson and what he meant coming back again this season to you, and especially tonight, ending it with the win.
Yeah. I'm glad you brought that up. He's one of those guys. When I talk about guys playing faster and at their best at the end of the season, week 1, week 2, the first probably third of the season, he's, I don't know exactly number of months, but coming off of last year's injury, really didn't get many reps live in camp, and I think it showed. Early in the season, week 1 for sure, and the next couple of weeks he just stayed the course. We got that bye week and started feeling a little bit more, but really the last half of the season, you can see him feeling good about what he's doing. It's not just his plays on the field, but it's his energy, the confidence that he has, and that's so important for us because he's a huge leader on our football team.
Will, right up front.
Coach, talk a little bit about just the mentality that Bray Hubbard plays with, the contributions tonight, and just how players like that help teams win these intense rivalry games like you guys play.
Yeah, Bray, I know he'll be fine, but I know he was working through just some sickness and stuff like that. Wasn't feeling perfect. Not the huge deal. He was out there obviously doing some things, and that's just what you'd expect from Bray. I want to bring that up because he's just tough. He's resilient, and he's to me one of the many guys that epitomizes what I'm proud of our team about. Just goes to work every day, has a mindset. It means so much to him. He's going to be a great teammate and give everything he has out there. And so again tonight. Saw that out there, him just gutting it out.
We got time for 2 more questions. Chris on the far right.
Caitlin, I guess you could make a case that you guys have sort of been in a playoff ever since that Florida State loss. And how do you think your guys have handled that, especially now as you get into the real postseason, the championship game this Saturday and going forward?
I would definitely agree with that part as far as us feeling like we probably are in a playoff. You got a little bit of wiggle room probably, but not much. And I'm interested to really see what our team does here moving forward. Playing with kind of a spirit about them. They've just really, even this celebration in here. It's exciting, but it's very business-like. It's very, they're kind of stuck in this mode where it's like, okay, we got another one. We got to go do it again, and they just keep doing it, and it's been that way in practice. They have never fallen off. I would, someday we'll talk about this more, but just the way they practice and the way you can measure practice and see what it is, the effort and the energy that these guys put into practice, I've never seen anything like it. And you can see it, you can hear it, but you can also, quantify it with, just the level of intensity, that you have with the technology that we have these days, and just. It wasn't perfect. I know there's some things that we're disappointed in as far as letting them move the ball down the field. I know there's some times where we really felt like, God, we got to stay on the football field. But they have had their backs to the wall, and I'm really proud of the way they've just continued to grit and grind. And, this is the team that I think we thought we had at the beginning of the season.
All right, let's finish off with Blake in the back left.
Caitlin, you guys get the opportunity now next week in Atlanta. What do you think about this situation where you guys put your resume on the line one more time where other teams, won't be putting it on the line one more? How do you do that?
Yeah, we're 7-1 in the SEC, and that would blow my mind. But I know what you're getting at. That's crazy, and not saying your question is crazy, but just that would be unreal. They're just. We're 10-2 and 7-1 in the SEC with all these ranked wins, and again, like some wins on the road. We got a more than a playoff caliber football team. There's not a question in my mind.
All right, thank you, Coach.
Yep, thank you.
As a reminder, players will be outside on the left here against the fence.